Oh, that's nice. I feel closer to you. So, good morning, and we're starting in easy pose. If it's not easy for you, then just put your legs out the front. You can take the cushion and place it underneath your tailbone to give you a little bit of support in this position. If at any point you need to move out of any of the poses, please do so. Know the difference between pain and discomfort. You're the boss of your body, you know it best, so if there's anything that you don't want to do, you don't have to. It's as simple as that. You know your stop and your when. Stop and no, even. I got up late this morning, my brain isn't functioning yet. And if you'd just like to close your eyes, placing your hands on your knees or wherever it's comfortable for you. And imagine that there's a piece of string on the crown of your head. And it's lifting you up, straightening your spine. And you can close your eyes if it's comfortable for you to do so. Maybe just soften your gaze. And relax the muscles around the eyes. Notice any changes in your body as you do this. Normally when I relax the muscles around my eyes, I almost feel certain other points in my body begin to relax just by doing this. So just notice if that's happening for you too. And release the tongue from the roof of the mouth and unclench the jaw. Let the throat soften. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Just imagine that piece of string on the crown of your head again. And it's just lifting you up a little bit taller. And see if you can relax your stomach muscles. Relax the area around your hips. If you need to, just check that you're on mute, because I can hear someone else's speaker going. I don't mind, I think it's nice to hear you. And then just inhale slowly through the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. Really want you to focus on your breath today. Noticing how it moves into your body. Notice how your body changes as you start to deepen your breath. How you start to take your shoulders back, how you start to straighten up. Try not to collapse down on the exhalation. See if you can notice the movement of your diaphragm within you. This feels like a very strange description when I first give it to people. But over time, you'll begin to notice that movement and work with it and control it. And once you're in a calm, relaxed state, I'd just like you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. I'm grateful that we can come together and do this, that I can see your beautiful faces. Gives me a sense of connection. That's just one of the things I'm grateful for. We're going to set our sankalpa for the day. Our sankalpa is our mantra, our positive affirmation. It's the way we choose to behave, the way we choose to live. And we repeat our praise to ourselves 3 times. And bringing your hands together in front of you and rubbing them together. Generate some heat as you do this. And place them on any part of the body that you feel needs love and kindness today. Imagine exhaling through this part of the body. Allowing yourself to let go of any tension. Bringing your hands back in front of you, rubbing them together once more. Placing them in front of your eyes. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes, just so you can even add to that. I know they were relaxed already, so you can relax a little bit further. So if you've got anything else to let go of, gently bringing your hands down, blinking your eyes open, and revealing your beautiful smile. And I'd like you to notice, however you're sat, if you're sat in easy pose, notice which leg is on top. We've been sat here like this for a little bit already. So I would like you to take the legs and put the opposite leg on top. This side is going to be more, it's going to be not as comfortable, but we want to work both sides. So as we've been sat in one position already, we're going to sit in the other. This may feel completely unnatural, and that's completely fine. And this is the point where we have to start from scratch again, because we realise that we've collapsed down. So we go back to that cord on the crown of our head, lifting us up, straightening our spine, adjusting our cushion underneath the tailbone if we need to. Just got someone else coming in, just a moment. Oh, we've got... I tried to turn the waiting room setting off so people could just come in, but it obviously hasn't worked. So, on our cushions and sat in easy pose. I'd just like you to take your hands so they are back to back. So I might even pull the camera even closer to me, sorry. Because I can get away with it today. The laptop falls off the stand. It'll be an entertaining video. Okay, so we're going to put our hands, fingers together, back to back. And I just want you to push your fingers together, your thumbs are against your heart. First of all, imagine pushing your shoulders down towards the ground, away from your ears. Tucking your elbows in this position, then let the elbows flat out wide. And inhale, and as you inhale, taking the hands up. Looking up at the index fingers, exhaling, starting to take them wide. Bringing this into a flowing motion, hands back to back. Inhaling on the rise. Exhale. Notice your energy moving, your breath moving as you do this. This might become a more dynamic movement as we do this. Working at your own level, you might want to start taking your heart forward and your head back as you do this. When you're bringing your hands down, start bringing your chin to your chest. So we're turning this, what was just an arm movement, into a whole body movement now as we warm up. And then just pushing your index fingers down into the ground, straightening up the spine. That cord on the crown of your head lifting you up, straightening your spine. And your shoulders away from the ears. Just being in this position is quite a strong position. You might feel that you need to use all those abdominal muscles in your waist and at the front, straightening up your back in this position as you do this. And then I just want you to relax down and go, ah. And notice the difference and notice that you really have been working. Okay, we're just going to take our legs out wide. Still got that cushion underneath the tailbone, so you don't need to worry about that. Now you can work as hard or as little as you like. So you can have your toes pointed up towards the sky if you want to, and the kneecaps working. Just being in this position, I'm not really super flexible here. You'll see yogis on TV that like have their legs out to the side. I'm human. I'm not a 28-year-old acrobat. If you want to go further into this position, once you've been there for a while, you can always just push down your fingertips behind you and push yourself forward, opening up the legs. My body's not warm enough for that yet. So if you want, you can just relax the feet down as well. It's wherever is comfortable for you. Okay, because today is not about pushing it. We're just working nice and slow and working with that own body. If you want to, you can even have your back against the wall in this position. So it's a little bit easier for you while we're in that seated position. If you do that, that's absolutely fine. Just want you to take your arms wide. This is a really strong position. This is working really hard, just staying in this position. Okay, so if you need to relax at any point, you can. You can point your toes or you can flex your toes, whichever works for you today. Looking in the camera, just notice your alignment. Take your fingers so they're pointed towards the camera. Breathing in this position, I want you to turn to face your right leg. Arms are still spread wide. Might not be a great big twist, it might be. Lift the arms towards the sky. Breathing in this position. Exhale, drop the shoulders down and just gently hinging from the waist towards the right foot to wherever you land comfortably today. Relax the legs when you get in this position. Relax the neck. Just wherever you go comfortably. Not pushing. As you exhale, you might find you can go slightly deeper into that position. We're not pushing it. Just listening to our body, taking it nice and gentle. Knowing that this is our time to choose ourselves. Knowing that when we work slowly, it can actually be quite frustrating. But that's okay, it's because we're normally so busy. In the stillness, we can get to know ourselves a little bit better. Are we frustrated in the still? Are we impatient? Do we want to keep moving and pushing? Or can we allow ourselves to stop? Allow ourselves to surrender? And if you surrender, can you go a little bit further into that space you've created? Or are you at your maximum comfort level now? As you exhale, see if there's any muscles that you can relax. If you're working with the relaxation today. Also, you might need to pull back at some point because you might realize you're overstretching and it's becoming quite uncomfortable. So know your limitations today. And then gently rolling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Be kind to yourself as you do this. And imagine that piece of string on the crown of your head is lifting you up. Nice straight spine, push down on the mat if you need to. And then I just want you to take your hands forward. Just wherever is comfortable for you. Again, we're not pushing it. To notice what's happening in your body. I know this slow work can be frustrating. If your mind starts being busy, any of those thoughts from your day, your week, your month, your tasks, your jobs, coming into your mind, just see if you can bring your attention back to your breath. Inhaling slowly through the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. You might realize you create some space. Once you've been here for a while and need to make a modification, you might want to take your legs slightly wider. You might want to go further into that forward fold. It's not about pushing. It's about yielding, letting the body relax into this, noticing where it goes as you work with gravity. Letting the weight of your head do the work. Seeing if you can let go of any tensions in unnecessary parts of the body. Is tension in your toes useful to this pose? Is tension in your brow useful? And what changes as you surrender? You surrender those tensions. Sometimes I find it helpful exhaling those tensions away and into the ground. You might feel you can go further. You might feel that this is your limit for today. This is your place to stop. This is where you're comfortable. And gently, slowly rolling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Chin comes up last. Roll the shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. Take the arms wide. You can check your alignment in your camera. Take the palms to the sky. Notice the difference as you take your palms to the sky, where that twist is, where you feel it. Take the shoulders away from the ears. And now we're turning the body and we're looking at the left foot. Notice how this twist may differ from the other side. And then inhaling, taking the arms, letting them rise. Relax the shoulders down, hinging forward from the waist, just to wherever you land comfortably today. Breathing in this position. Don't need to push. Just taking it gently at your own pace. Notice where you feel it. See if you can release any unnecessary tensions. Just melting further into this pose, if you have or created the space to do so. This is about gentle kindness, being kind to yourself. I think that's one of the reasons yoga is so popular these days. I think for a lot of people, it's the first room we walk into. in a long time where someone says you're allowed to be kind to yourself. And this, we have an emotional reaction to this where we're surprised. And we shouldn't be surprised that we're allowed to be kind to ourselves. Should be natural and normal. It's like a skill we have to relearn. To be kind to ourselves. To allow ourselves to be kind. To choose ourselves first. And know that within choosing ourselves first, it's not selfish. But actually, it's more rewarding for those around us. It means we can be more effective when we give out our love and our kindness, because we've taken that time to nurture our own souls so we can nurture others. And if you feel like you can go deeper into that position. Coming out of any of these poses if you need to at any point. And gently rolling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. If it's comfortable to do so, I'd like you to take your hands behind you. So your index fingers are pointing away from you. Your legs are still wide. You can take them wider if you've created that space. You don't need to. This isn't a comfortable position for you. That's absolutely fine. And you can take your head back if you want to. And take your heart forward, just relaxing into this pose. Notice as you relax into it what happens in the body. Be aware of any wrist injuries in this position. You're putting weight into your wrists now. So you can lift your heart up gently. And repeat your sankalpa to yourself 3 times. And gently supporting yourself out of this. However you get there, really, really slowly now. Bring your head back like that is like doing an inversion. Even though it's a small movement, support your legs into the center. Really supporting yourself as you do this. We've held these positions for a while. And I just want you to rub your legs. Enjoy the contact with your legs. Enjoy the contact with your skin, really acknowledging that this is your body, as well as rubbing yourself, slightly massaging yourself as you need to. These motions when we are touching our body are actually really good for our sensory system, for our immunity and our nervous system. They also reduce stress. So this isn't just about rubbing ourselves coming out of position. This is also about increasing immunity. This is about working with your own nervous system, being kind to yourself in a different way, and acknowledging that you, your skin, your nervous system is part of your body. And once you've done that all over, I just want you to shake your fingers out. Just notice the energy change within your body. And then we're going to go onto our knees again. We're going to be using the cushion if we need to. If you need another cushion in this pose, that's absolutely fine. So, especially people with knee injuries, please place a cushion underneath your knees in this position. We're going to be trying to bring our buttocks back towards the heels. If you need another cushion, in this position here, like this. So we're going to be holding child's pose for a little while today. That's absolutely fine. You may even want a rolled up cushion in this position, depending on your level. Okay, whichever is fine, because we're just about lengthening the spine. Okay, it's not about having the perfect pose. We don't want the glory of the pose to stop our comfort. That's not what it's about. So I'm going to bring in my cushion back under my knees. I'm bringing my heels to my buttocks so they go there comfortably on me. If you want to, in this pose, you can take another rolled up cushion. I've got the bolster with me, any cushion will do. We're going into child's pose. So child's pose is actually with our hands beside our feet, our forehead on the ground. If you don't go comfortably into this pose, you might want to put a block underneath your head, a cushion, or something there. That's absolutely fine. There's lots of modifications to child's pose. Wherever you are is absolutely fine. You might want to take the knees a little bit further apart. That's fine too. And just relax into this position. Inhaling slowly. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. Notice any unnecessary tensions in the body. Anything you don't need today. Just imagine exhaling it into the ground. Notice the changes in your body. Already your spine should feel like it's starting to decompress and lengthen. So you might need to just modify yourself slightly. Might need to move where your head is on the ground and adjust slightly to go with the elongation of your back as you're holding this position. If thoughts come into your head for your daily life, thank your mind for being brilliant, for protecting you, for being effective. And see if you can bring it back to your breath. Notice any unnecessary tensions, if you can let them go. Quite often in the stillness, we have emotions which arise that are unprocessed by us. We might know where they come from, we might not. And in the silence, in the still, you have the opportunity to examine these, to listen to them, to unravel them. They feel overwhelming, you can also step away from them. And just bring your attention back to that calming breath that we know, that we're familiar with. If it's something very overwhelming, you might need to really focus on your breath as you do this. You can roll your forehead from left to right in this position. Again, working with touch, touching the ground, rolling the forehead from left to right. Really notice how the shoulders have opened as you've been in this position, how the spine has lengthened. And when you're ready and at your own pace, supporting yourself out of this position, do this slow. You don't realise how deeply we're working until we start to get out of these poses. We're going to go into our tabletop position. So our fingers are spread nice and wide. Our knees are underneath. Sorry, I've got an eyelash in my eye. Our knees are underneath our hips. Imagine someone's putting a tray of drinks on your back, straightening your spine. And then inhale, bringing the chin up to the chest. Working really slow today, working with the body. Hold that pose first of all. Noticing how the body feels, noticing how you feel. And exhale, really enjoying that movement. Taking the tailbone to the sky. Taking the eyes up to the sky. Might feel a little bit stiff. Inhaling, going in the opposite direction. Working with your own breath. Exhale, rise. Inhaling, lowering that chin. Really work with the abdominal muscles if you want to as you do this. Helps you increase that curl. When you're in your cat, your chin is to your chest. You can imagine pulling that navel right in towards the spine. And then exhale, curling in the opposite direction. So you can make it a flowing motion. Moving each vertebrae at a time. Working at your own pace, with your own breath. Coming back to a parallel position. Just going to come off my cushion. Going to take our bolster or our rolled up cushion or whatever we have. I'm going to sit in a nice sideways motion because it's comfortable for you to do so. We're just going to take that bolster by our hip and lean down over it. Just kind of think 1940s kind of chaise longue goddess kind of pose with this. And just sink into it. You can take your hand behind it and place your head on that bolster. Now you can either stay in this position if you want to. You can take the right leg back slightly. You can even take hold of the foot in this position as you take that back, but you work at your own level wherever that is. I'm just going to see if I can demonstrate this so you can see it. So you can take hold of that foot like that and open up the body, but it's actually obviously behind you. Or you can just lie with the feet like this. So again, we're working at our own level. Having to do some modifications here and open up. The hand can be in front as mine is now if you're holding on to that foot, or you might find it, if you're not holding on to the foot, you might find it more comfortable just to take that shoulder back behind your bolster. Again, you're working at your own level in these positions, so wherever you are is fine. Just listening to your body, noticing where it relaxes and where it opens. See if you can relax into this pose, relax your hips into the pose. Noticing where you need to let go. Noticing that you may need to adjust or modify in certain places. What happens in the body as you let go, as you surrender. What changes? I've just realised I had a load of tension in my right shoulder and I just let it go. Once you've been there for a few moments, you might just realise you've created a little bit more space. You might want to straighten out or lengthen parts of your body. It's completely fine as you yield and surrender. Be aware of any emotions that come up, any tensions that come back into the body. Just really allowing yourself to let go and noticing as you let go any movements that happen as you let go. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. And repeat your sankalpa, your positive affirmation 3 times. And very slowly coming out of this, however you get there, support yourself with your legs and your hands. These are deep stretches. So be kind to yourself as you lift yourself out of these positions. And you hold them for a long time. We don't realise until we're coming out of them how deep they are, because we've relaxed into these positions. I'm going to do the other side. You can turn over if you want to. I'm just moving it so you can see me. So again, taking our legs onto the side in this position. We're taking our rolled up cushion or our bolster or whatever we're using down towards our hips. And we're just lounging, imagining like we're on a chaise longue. And we can stay in this position if we want to. Again, we can take this shoulder, we can take it behind the cushion, we can just stay here. That's completely fine. If you want to, you could take that hand above your head as well. If you want to add depth, or you would like to take this position further, know that you can take this front shoulder, this front arm, the back arm forward now, and you can take the top leg in your hand and just increase that pose. So you're holding it like this. Once you've been there for a while, you'll start opening up the chest, opening up the leg. Again, you're always working at your own level. It's not a competition. So it doesn't matter if you're the chaise longue goddess. In fact, being a chaise longue goddess is one of my goals in life. Inhaling slowly through the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. As your breath works, notice where you let go. Exhaling into the ground. Noticing any unnecessary tension, modifying your body so it's comfortable as you let go in this mode. Knowing it's okay to let go, giving yourself permission to surrender. As soon as I said permission to surrender, I had a whole part of my body that went, oh yeah, you've got permission. Why don't we give ourselves permission all the time? Inhaling deeply into the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. You're releasing that. Being kind to you. Once you realise you've had some release, some surrender, some gentle kindness and relaxation. You may realize there's even more, another level that you can take this to. You didn't know where you were holding and tensing. And if any of those emotions arise, you have a choice. And your choice is to examine them without judgment, to process and listen to them, to learn more about yourself. But if they're overwhelming, you know you can bring your awareness back to your breath, even counting your breath. And just keep yourselves calm. And repeat your sankalpa, your affirmation, to yourself 3 times. And when you're ready, very, very slowly, deep stretches, supporting yourself out of these positions, however you get there, nice and gentle, these are deep. We don't notice how deep they are until we begin to come out of them. So really supporting yourself out of this position. Nice and slowly. Again, I would like you just to give yourself a little rub in this position. Straighten out the spine. Just really acknowledging the body again, rubbing any points that you felt those deep stretches, being kind to yourself. Just going to take our cushion. I'm going to place it at the base of our spine. There's a couple of options for what we're going to do next. So if you want to, you can take the soles of your feet so that they are spread wide and leaning back into hero pose. If this isn't comfortable for you, then that's absolutely fine. You can just keep your legs straight. You're still working with the spine and opening up the shoulders. You might need to really hold the cushion down in this position. If it's comfortable for you, you can let your neck hang off the end of the bolster. If that's not comfortable, or if you have any neck injuries in that position, please make sure you're supported. Just tip up mine slightly. And if you want to, you can also put something under the knees to support them in this position. You're working at your own level, so straighten your legs if you need to. Again, this isn't about pushing, this is about surrender. It's about letting go. It's about being brave enough to walk into the still and listen and get to know ourselves, to explore a different level of ourselves, whilst being kind and gentle and nurturing. Inhaling slowly through the nostrils. Exhaling slowly through the nostrils. Notice where you hold that tension. See if you can let it go. Is that unnecessary tension in your buttocks, your stomach, your face, your jaw? The muscles around your eyes relax. And if you relax the muscles around your eyes, does it affect any other part of the body? If you get any tingling sensations that feel a bit like pins and needles, please do come out of any of the positions we're in and just rub that area of the body. Inhaling slowly through the nostrils, and as you exhale, just imagine exhaling and releasing. Might even want to exhale through your mouth, saying, this style of yoga, this slow yoga, it's more yin, it's a much more feminine style of yoga. Been conditioned to not be slow and flowing, but actually it's one of our strengths. So you can really embrace it. Inhale and exhale. Notice where you yield, where you're gentle, where you're kind to you. Inhaling slowly through the nostrils. And as you exhale, imagine exhaling through your heart. Inhaling through the nostrils. Exhaling through the heart. As you inhale, imagine that your heart begins to glow and grow. Maybe pick a colour to assist you with this. And as you exhale, you feel that expansion of your heart start to grow and glow in every direction. On each inhalation, you add to that glow and that grow. Slowly expanding it in every direction until it encapsulates your whole body and beyond. Really enjoying the sensation of the glow from your heart encapsulating your whole body and beyond. It might just be beyond the limits of your skin. It might encapsulate your whole self. There is no limit. And bringing your attention wherever you are, back to your breath. Just bringing the breath back to regular breath and starting to support yourself out of this position. Be very, very careful. These are deep poses that would help. Bringing the soles of your feet back to the ground if it's comfortable for you to do so. Really being gentle as you support yourself out of this position, nice and slowly. Supporting yourselves with elbows and hands, rolling onto the ground if you need to. Just giving yourself what you need to get there. Working with ligaments, we're working with tendons, we're working with fascias. When we do these poses, but we're also working with like emotional releases and listening to ourselves as well. So there's a lot going on. It's more than physical when we do these poses. Just before we finish today, because of what we've been doing, I'd like you to go into the tabletop position. And I just want you to do some cat and cow rolls. Just working with your breath. Notice how your back is moving now. Just want it to just listen and be kind to yourself, moving where it's comfortable for you. Again, modifying if you need to. Just wanted to get some movement back into the body after we've had that static pose. And this is a really kind way to do it. And then if it's comfortable for you to do so, cross your ankles over. This is however you get there. If you can't do this, this is absolutely fine. And just roll your hands back so you're in easy pose. And I'm going to turn myself so I'm facing towards you. Again, be aware when you do this, which is your dominant leg and which is your not dominant leg. See if you can swap them over on a regular basis so you have a little bit of balance. And imagine that piece of string on the crown of your head, it's lifting you up, straightening your spine. Your shoulders are moving away from the ears. Thank yourself for today, for the kindness to your body, to your mind, to your soul. Take your hands into prayer pose. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. And imagine exhaling through your heart. You should be able to acknowledge that that lovely glow is still all around you. So you can add to that just a little bit more if you want to. Bring the hands up, thumbs into the center of the forehead. Imagine exhaling through this area. Bringing your thumbs back to your heart. Bringing your chin down towards your chest. Namaste. Ariom. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Lovely.